Hi everyone. I'm finally making a video that I've been talking about for a while, but then actually I must go back. I actually made that video a couple of days ago, and I talked for so long I was gonna have to edit and part 1, part 2, and I don't want to do that to you. I don't want to do that to me. So I'm redoing it, and I'm actually going to divide it up in two different sections. What I'm going to talk about right now, this is for everyone. A lot of the information will be for people who are just starting out. Perhaps you're not even on Phentermine yet. Perhaps you've not called around to doctors, but you're looking for information. This particular video will be really good for you, but it'll also be good for those of you that are on Phentermine, and you'll see why. I get asked a lot of the same questions, and I'll answer those questions in another video, but there was something that I wanted to tell everybody first, and that's do your research. Before ever calling a doctor, did my research because I wanted to know all the side effects. I wanted to know everything I could find out about Phentermine. And by some of the questions I get asked, I know that there's a lot of you that see it the exact same way. So what I recommend for websites is go to drugs.com, and that's just drugs, drugs.com. What I love about that website is that you can find out tons of information about Phentermine as well as other drugs. And you're going to find out the information from an unbiased group. Drugs.com is not paid by any pharmaceutical company or any particular drug manufacturer like that in order to give that information. Because there is another website out there called Phentermine.com. Make sure you're spelling it right. Phentermine, because there's also a Phentermine, which is TRE. And Phentermine.com is also a good website that you can learn about some of the different generic brands of Phentermine and such. You can also read testimonies. But I tend to not believe a lot of what I read on the internet unless I see proof. That's why I like YouTube. I can see the proof. I can talk to that, or not talk, but listen to that person talk. I can see their results. I can see it in their face, whether or not they're losing weight. So I like testimonies where I actually see the people. But not to say that those testimonies aren't real. They might be. So I would just say, take everything with a grain of salt. So those two websites I would check out. Phentermine.com, which you can learn about different information about the drug, and read a few testimonies, which may be true. They looked pretty good. Some pictures I saw, they looked real, so they might be. But definitely drugs.com, not only for the information and such, but also because in drugs.com there's a little tab at the top that's called Interactions Checker. And the reason that is so great is because what you may not know is there are a bunch of medications you should not take when you're on Phentermine. And I guess part of it is probably because the chemical, I want to say compound, but that's not it. Basically, the chemical makeup of Phentermine is similar to an amphetamine. It isn't an amphetamine. It's not illegal. It's illegal to purchase it in the United States without a prescription. I will put that. But it's not like an illegal drug, like if you were trying to get marijuana or something as a drug. But it is similar to an amphetamine, and so it's got some side effects and such that can mess with your brain. It's, as you will see from some of my other videos. And so there are actual over-the-counter medications you shouldn't take while you're on Phentermine. So do your homework there. In fact, something that some of you may not know, you aren't supposed to take an antihistamine with Phentermine because of their interactions. So it's awesome to do the interactions checker and just check it out. You can check it out for any drug. It's not just for Phentermine, and it's really good. In fact, I thought I was getting a cold one day, and I wanted to find out, if the medicine I wanted to take interacted with Phentermine, and I found out it did have a small interaction. So I just took a little bit of the medication and just watched, made sure I was okay, and I was fine. But I didn't take the full dosage. I don't want to mess with that kind of stuff. So I definitely recommend those two websites right there, more of the drugs.com than the other. Basically, do your own research, because when you finally do go to that doctor, if you decide to go with Phentermine, doing the research may make up your mind there whether or not you want to or not. But your doctor may not give you all the information you may need or want. That antihistamine thing about the fact that you shouldn't take it with Phentermine, I didn't find that out from my doctor. I found that out myself from reading the paperwork that came with the medication and from doing online research. So your doctor may either not know he needs to tell you, or may forget that there's certain drugs he needs to tell you interact badly with Phentermine, you know. So do your own research. In fact, the person I talk about all the time that recommended me to the doctor, he was on a medication, a pain medication from another doctor, and then went to our doctor and got on Phentermine. That doctor must not have known he was on the pain medication. Well, he started really having some issues. He was seeing people who were not there. And so we didn't know if he was having, you know, if something wasn't going right in his head, or if age was catching up with them and there was, you know, going to be some changes there, or if there was something paranormal going on. We didn't have any idea. There were some other incidences too that were pretty scary, and it was an absolute, oh my goodness, he needs to go to the doctor, something is wrong kind of situations. Trust me, they were. Come to find out, those two drugs together cause hallucinations and all this other kind of stuff in the head. And so took the pain medication away, and the little boy he kept seeing running around his house disappeared. So you definitely don't want to mix bad things with Phentermine, or basically drugs that will react badly. Anyway, I want to try and keep this short. I'm really, really trying to keep this short. So do your research. Check out drugs.com for information and drug interactions, and do your research that way. Obviously, if you're on YouTube and you're watching this video, you're already either looking for information or would like more, such as testimonies and such. Check out those two websites. I'm going to go a little further about websites in my next video, so I'll have to talk really, really fast to keep all of that short. Anyway, thanks. Keep stay encouraged, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.